What the James Webb Space Telescope just uncovered has left the entire scientific world utterly speechless. Staring up at the pitch-black night sky, which planets can you actually see? Under the absolute perfect conditions, human eyes can spot almost every single planet in our solar system. Every single one except for Neptune. It is the smallest of the terrifying ice giants, lurking in the darkest, most remote depths away from our sun. Finding it was nothing short of a cosmic miracle. Yet this frozen wasteland hides mind-blowing secrets. We are talking colossal, vanishing storms, terrifying winds screaming at supersonic speeds, ghostly icy rings, and bizarre moons hiding a brutally violent past. Out of all the planets in our cosmic neighborhood, Neptune remains the ultimate enigma. What dark secrets does this eerie blue world actually hold? Today, we are diving deep into Neptune, from its impossible discovery to the shocking new revelations that are breaking the laws of physics. But to truly understand these bizarre anomalies, we must first look at how this phantom planet was found. The story of Neptune's discovery is absolutely wild. Unlike every other planet, it wasn't found by just pointing a telescope into the dark void. Its origin story is far more bizarre. It is the only planet literally willed into existence through pure mind-bending mathematics. Back in 1846, brilliant French astronomer Urbain Jean-Joseph Le Verrier was tracking the known planets when he spotted something deeply unsettling about Uranus. Its bizarre orbit was completely shattering Isaac Newton's sacred laws of gravity. Le Verrier made a shocking gamble. A massive, unseen ghost planet was lurking beyond Uranus, dragging it off course with its monstrous gravity. After crunching insane mathematical numbers, he boldly pointed to a dead specific spot in the empty sky. And here is the jaw-dropping part. His colleague Johann Gottfried Galle aimed his telescope at that exact coordinate and found Neptune in under a single hour. It was sitting exactly where the math said it would be. Just days later, they spotted Triton, Neptune's massive, terrifying moon, lurking at the absolute edge of our solar system. Since that fateful night, Neptune has been wrapped in pure mystery. It drifts in the freezing, extreme abyss of deep space. Sometimes it is pushed even further from the sun than Pluto. Beyond it lies nothing but a terrifying void of dead, icy rocks. If you stood on Neptune, our sun would look like a tiny, pathetic star, shrinking to 1/31st of its size, offering barely 1/1000th of the light we get on Earth. This pitch-black darkness and insane distance make studying it almost impossible from our home planet. Neptune is the 8th and absolute final planet, exiled 30 astronomical units away from the Sun. That is 30 times the distance from Earth, a staggering 4.5 billion kilometers into the freezing unknown. With our best modern technology, a spacecraft would take 13 agonizing years just to reach it. Because of this monstrous orbit, one single year on Neptune takes an unbelievable 165 Earth years. That means, since we first found it, humanity has witnessed only one single Neptunian year. Unlocking the dark secrets of this ice giant is the ultimate cosmic challenge. Spotting this ghost world is nearly impossible, and flying a spacecraft there, an absolute nightmare. In fact, only one daring mission has ever survived the trip to Neptune, and it only happened thanks to a freak cosmic alignment that strikes just once every 175 years. That legendary probe was Voyager 2. When it finally pierced the darkness in 1989, it unlocked mind-blowing secrets about this terrifyingly remote world. Picture this, January 1986. Voyager 2 leaves Uranus behind, snapping a breathtaking farewell shot from 1,000,000 kilometers out. It was locked onto its ultimate final target, Neptune, the grand finale of its epic solar system tour. After 3 grueling years blasting through the void at an insane 54,000 kilometers per hour, Neptune finally emerged from the black abyss. These were the very first close-ups ever captured of this monstrous blue giant. Skimming a terrifyingly close 5,000 kilometers above the North Pole, its closest flyby of the entire mission, Voyager 2 ripped the veil off Neptune. Suddenly, hidden planetary rings and a swarm of mysterious alien moons were exposed. But this world is a frozen hellscape. Plunged in deep space, Neptune's atmosphere suffers under a bone-crushing -201 degrees Celsius. Its axial tilt is shockingly similar to Earth and Mars, meaning it actually experiences seasons. But here is the mind-bending twist. A single season on Neptune drags on for 40 agonizing Earth years. Right now, its southern hemisphere is locked in a bizarre decades-long spring. It soaks up the sun and glows with an eerie brightness. This glow is absolutely shocking when you realize the sun is 900 times weaker out there compared to Earth. Yet that tiny kiss of sunlight triggers a violent reaction. It heats the south by just 10 degrees Celsius, but that is enough to blast frozen methane straight into the stratosphere, igniting that blinding glow, while the rest of the planet stays trapped in a deep frozen sleep. While hydrogen chokes 80% of the atmosphere, it's the massive 19% spike of methane that gives this giant its hypnotic deep blue color. But don't let the beauty fool you. This planet hides the most violent, destructive winds in the entire solar system. Voyager 2 recorded atmospheric speeds that completely defy logic. At the equator, winds scream at an apocalyptic 2,160 kilometers per hour that is literally supersonic. Bizarrely, these monster gales rip backward against the planet's own rotation. These terrifying speeds prove just how ferocious and chaotic Neptune's weather systems truly are. Neptune is a breeding ground for colossal world-ending storms. In 1989, Voyager 2 stared down the Great Dark Spot, a raging vortex the exact size of Earth. Spinning wildly counterclockwise, just like Jupiter's Great Red Spot, it unleashed winds of 2,400 kilometers per hour. That is the absolute strongest wind ever recorded in our solar system. NASA analyst Ken Bollinger was absolutely stunned in 1989, stating that every single day revealed something completely new and never seen before. The sheer thrill was unmatched as Neptune's violent atmosphere mutated and changed at lightning speed. Voyager even caught sight of the small dark spot, a vicious secondary storm lurking just south of its monstrous twin. And in a final, spine-chilling twist as the probe closed in, this mysterious storm literally shape-shifted, morphing its color from pitch black to a blinding light. The terrifying mystery of vanishing storms. Our grasp on Neptune's violent weather is shockingly limited, and it would be completely non-existent without the Hubble Space Telescope's relentless gaze. When Hubble first launched, desperate astronomers rushed to uncover the ultimate fate of these monster storms, praying to see if they were immortal like Jupiter's Great Red Spot. But when Hubble aimed at Neptune in 1999, the colossal storms had vanished without a trace. Since then, fresh nightmares have erupted, only to mysteriously die out. The latest beast was caught in 2015, raged for years, but now it is fading into the abyss. While we lack the hard data to prove exactly how these dark vortexes are born, shocking theories suggest Neptune hides invisible atmospheric bands, just like Jupiter. Even if they aren't as striking or massive as Jupiter's, Neptune's hidden bands whip around at terrifying speeds, violently clashing to spawn these monstrous vortexes. Once unleashed, a killer storm roams the entire planet, crossing between bands. But the second it drifts away from its fuel source, it suffers a slow, agonizing death. And that is exactly the horror we have witnessed. Shockingly, Hubble is the absolute only tool on Earth capable of tracking this chaos, because in normal light, these phantom storms are virtually invisible to us. Hubble, however, pierces the veil of Neptune and Uranus using ultraviolet light, exposing their deepest secrets. The shocking truth of internal heat. Why doesn't Uranus, a world nearly identical to Neptune in size and makeup, suffer from the same hyperviolent, turbulent atmosphere? Make no mistake, the raging winds on Uranus are brutal, but at a mere 900 kilometers per hour, they are nothing compared to Neptune's wrath. Could this insane chaos just be the sun and shifting seasons? Absolutely not. There has to be a much darker hidden force driving these extreme weather events. The terrifying answer lies buried deep beneath Neptune's crushing surface. Since Neptune is the absolute farthest planet from the sun, you would naturally expect it to be the coldest world imaginable. Mind-blowingly, Uranus actually holds the title for the coldest planet in our solar system. Neptune violently radiates extreme heat from within, while Uranus is practically a dead, frozen wasteland. This might be because a colossal, Earth-sized object violently smashed into Uranus billions of years ago, completely destroying its primordial heat source. Experts now wildly theorize that Neptune's hyperactive, aggressive weather is directly fueled by this massive boiling internal heat. The bizarre internal structure. What on earth is Neptune actually made of? Its hidden core and atmosphere are believed to be shockingly similar to Uranus. A bizarre boiling liquid mantle of water, ammonia, and methane ice violently churns around its core. Where the core and mantle violently collide, the crushing pressure is so unimaginable that methane shatters, forging solid diamonds. Not the sparkling gems we know, but a terrifying liquid carbon ocean packed with massive floating diamond icebergs, where jagged diamonds literally rain down like catastrophic hail. This remains a mind-bending theory, as human technology has only just begun to simulate these godlike, crushing pressures. Deep around Neptune's core, the pressure hits an apocalyptic 7 million bar. That is a staggering 7 million times the crushing weight of Earth's atmosphere at sea level. The twisted magnetosphere. The magnetic fields of these two frozen giants share some deeply unsettling similarities. Neptune's bizarre magnetic field is violently tilted by a staggering 47 degrees from its rotation axis. When Voyager 2 first exposed this freakish trait on Uranus, scientists assumed it was caused by the planet's completely shattered axial tilt. But then they discovered the exact same twisted phenomenon on Neptune, which spins on a perfectly normal axis. Mind-blowing new theories suggest Neptune's bizarre magnetic field isn't even born in its core. Instead, a shocking, electrically charged liquid mantle might be generating it, or violently deflecting it away from the center. This creates a freakish, wildly offset magnetic axis that defies all logic. Sure, no planet has a perfectly straight magnetic field. Even our own Earth's magnetic north wanders away from the true geographic pole. But Uranus and Neptune? Their magnetospheres are tilted to an absolutely extreme, terrifying degree. And then there are Neptune's auroras. Yes, this frozen giant has northern lights, but they are utterly bizarre. They are incredibly faint, starved of solar energy. Thanks to that twisted magnetic field, they manifest as mysterious Type B auroras, known as SAR arcs. Earth actually has these too, but they are completely invisible to the naked eye. You need highly advanced scientific gear just to prove they exist. Massive, ghostly bands of energy could be stretching right across your sky right now, and you'd be totally clueless. But Neptune's alien auroras don't just hover near the poles, they bizarrely wrap around the planet's mid-latitudes. Despite being incredibly faint, humanity just scored a massive breakthrough. The phenomenal James Webb Space Telescope used its godlike near-infrared vision to finally capture them. In March 2025, Webb unleashed breathtaking, shimmering images of these auroras violently glowing across Neptune. But Webb also exposed a chilling secret, a catastrophic, unexplained temperature plunge in Neptune's upper atmosphere. The heat has plummeted by hundreds of degrees since Voyager's legendary flyby in 1989. The temperature has literally been sliced in half. What dark, turbulent chaos is driving this deep inside the ice giant? Scientists are baffled. But this freezing plunge perfectly explains why these ghostly auroras have been hiding from us for so long. Now brace yourself for Neptune's hidden ring system. Until 1986, astronomers could only guess if they even existed. It turns out this colossal gas giant is surrounded by rings, but they are terrifyingly dark, incredibly thin, and shrouded in absolute mystery. Lost against the pitch-black void of deep space billions of miles from the sun, they are almost impossible to spot. But shockingly, Voyager 2 exposed bizarre, broken arc structures hiding inside them. These shattered, dusty ring fragments defy the laws of physics, sparking massive debates about how they even survive. There are 5 known rings, named after the legendary pioneers who unlocked Neptune's secrets. The innermost Gale ring is a ghostly, sprawling monster, 2,000 kilometers wide. Then comes the striking Leverrier ring, a razor-thin band just 113 kilometers across. Next is the colossal Lassalle Ring, a faint, shadowy expanse stretching 4,000 kilometers. Right on its edge sits the Arago Ring, a glowing, ultra-thin strip less than 100 kilometers wide. Finally, we reach the outermost boundary, the infamous Adam's Ring. It is shockingly narrow, just 35 kilometers across, yet it shines the brightest. But here is the crazy part. It is bizarrely tilted and packed with those mysterious blazing arcs. These impossible arcs have remained stubbornly stable since the 1980s. Normal planetary rings are smooth, but here, massive clumps of cosmic material are violently clustering together, and nobody knows why. But the mysteries don't stop there. Next, we are about to uncover the mind-bending secrets of Neptune's bizarre moons. Neptune hides 14 mysterious moons, named for ancient gods of the deep. 7 of these are perfectly normal, orbiting peacefully along the planet's equator in neat, predictable, and almost perfectly circular paths. But venture past this safe inner zone, and you hit the bizarre irregular moons ruled by the mighty Triton. It is easily one of the most breathtaking worlds in our entire solar system, boasting wild alien patterns and a striking burnt orange glow. Irregular moons are cosmic rebels, trapped in tilted, chaotic, and completely backward orbits. This shocking fact alone makes Triton a true freak of nature among spherical moons. Its path is totally wild. Triton spins completely backward, fighting against Neptune's natural rotation. It even flies at a mind-bending 130-degree tilt. Yet, crazily enough, its path isn't an oval. It traces a flawlessly perfect circle around the ice giant. Every other major moon in our solar system plays by the rules, spinning in total harmony with its parent planet. Triton is a stolen world. This proves Triton wasn't born next to Neptune. It was violently kidnapped from deep space. It is actually a captured dwarf planet. No wonder it completely dominates the system, hoarding a staggering 99.5% of all the mass orbiting Neptune. But just how massive is this stolen giant? Compared to its host planet, it is the second largest moon anywhere, beaten only by Earth and our own moon. While slightly smaller than ours, it hugs Neptune so incredibly tight that it would look exactly the same size in the alien sky. It ranks as the 7th largest moon in the cosmos, and shockingly, it is completely dwarfing Pluto. We always call Pluto the undisputed king of the Kuiper Belt, the ultimate icy giant. But Triton was the true ruler before Neptune violently snatched it away. So while it is trapped as a moon today, Triton is secretly the heaviest and most massive Kuiper Belt object in existence. The proof came when New Horizons flew past Pluto in 2015, revealing that Triton and Pluto are practically identical twins, proving they were born in the exact same cosmic graveyard. So how did this colossal kidnapping actually happen in deep space? To get trapped by gravity, a world must slam the brakes. Otherwise, it would just fly right past. Most explosive theory suggests Triton wasn't alone. It was locked in a binary system, dancing with a twin, just like Pluto and Charon. When Neptune ambushed the pair, its monstrous gravity shredded their cosmic bond. Triton's unfortunate twin was violently slingshotted into the dark abyss, draining Triton's momentum and trapping it forever in Neptune's inescapable icy grip. Looking at the surface, Triton shares some truly bizarre secrets with Pluto. What does this actually mean? Both are frozen wastelands coated in toxic nitrogen ice, heavily mixed with frozen water and deadly carbon dioxide. The terrain is shockingly flat, never shifting by more than a single kilometer, though Voyager 2 captured eerie ridges, deep troughs, and endless icy plains. But the most terrifying mystery, there are almost zero craters. This means the surface is incredibly young, constantly erupting and erasing its own history. Just like Pluto, this bizarre world hides blood-red patches across its icy face. These are tholins, bizarre organic compounds forged when methane violently reacts with the sun's harsh UV rays, creating a mysterious, sticky tar-like sludge. While this doesn't guarantee alien life is hiding there, these organic building blocks are the exact cosmic ingredients needed to spark living organisms. Surviving on Triton's brutal surface is utterly impossible. It is a freezing, pitch-black wasteland where the distant sun is far too weak to support any known life. But the real mind-blowing secret lies buried underground. Hidden beneath that frozen crust is a massive subsurface ocean and explosive cryovolcanoes. Deep down, Triton conceals a remarkably dense, heavy core of rock and solid metal, packing an astonishing 2 grams per cubic centimeter. This incredible density makes it an absolute monster. In fact, it holds more sheer mass than every single smaller moon in the entire solar system combined, completely dwarfing the next runner-up, Titania. Intense radioactive decay radiating from that rocky core could be generating massive amounts of heat, violently churning an enormous hidden ocean of liquid water. It's a shocking parallel to the legendary alien oceans trapped inside Europa and Enceladus. Just like those famous moons, Triton is violently active right now. Liquid water from deep within the mantle literally erupts onto the surface, flowing exactly like scorching lava on Earth. This explosive activity is the shocking reason its surface looks impossibly young. It's constantly erased and reborn by floods of liquid water that instantly freeze upon impact. Scientists have spotted incredibly fresh, flat lava plains completely walled off like giant alien fortresses. These are known as planitia, massive, frozen lakes of solidified ice lava. We can even see terrifying calderas, huge collapsed craters marking the exact center of these monstrous ice volcanoes. It is highly likely that these violent eruptions dragged exotic minerals straight up from the dark underground ocean, potentially spilling those exact organic tholins revealed earlier right onto the surface. If this is true, and those vital organic compounds are swimming in that hidden ocean, the mind-bending reality is that the perfect conditions for alien life might already exist down there. But that's not all. Massive jagged fault lines violently slash across the entire moon, proving that brutal tectonic quakes and extreme freeze-thaw cycles are ripping the surface apart. When we look closely at Voyager 2's jaw-dropping images, the terrifying aftermath of recent eruptions is undeniable. You can clearly see massive, dark streaks blasting across the ice in huge funnel shapes, stretching an unbelievable 150 kilometers long. Yet these bizarre eruptions might not even come from the deep mantle. Voyager 2 actually caught towering geysers blasting 8 kilometers into the sky, triggered by a bizarre and intense solid greenhouse effect trapped right inside the ice. Picture this, crystal clear ice sitting directly on top of pitch-black organic sludge. The sun's rays pierce right through the ice, superheating the dark matter below. This instantly vaporizes the ice, trapping a highly pressurized pocket of gas underground. The pressure builds and builds until the surface violently explodes, blasting a terrifying geyser into space. This massive eruption launches the dark sludge miles into the sky, splattering it all over the frozen wasteland. Shockingly, we've seen this exact same violent phenomenon happening at the frozen poles of Mars with exploding carbon dioxide ice. And this extreme, mind-blowing process can only happen because of one incredible thing. Triton actually hides a bizarre alien atmosphere. It might be shockingly thin, just a tiny fraction of Earth's pressure, but it is absolutely packed with wild surprises. Just like Pluto, this alien air shifts violently with the seasons. Ever since Voyager 2 flew by, Triton has been heating up. Frozen nitrogen is literally boiling right off the surface, pumping up the atmosphere. Even back then, this frozen wasteland had enough air to whip up insane alien weather miles above the ground. Look closely at the footage. Those are actual swirling clouds on a distant moon. And those explosive volcanic plumes, their dark fallout gets dragged across the ice in one single direction, exposing the fierce, relentless winds howling across this frozen world. A mysterious toxic haze chokes the sky above. It is loaded with raw hydrocarbons waiting to be blasted by the sun's ultraviolet rays into dark, complex organic sludge. Between the explosive ice volcanoes spewing organics, the violently shifting seasons, and the chaotic weather, Triton is an incredibly alive and dangerous world. It completely shatters our expectations of what a moon should be. In reality, it is a rogue dwarf planet. It's a kidnapped sibling of Pluto, snatched straight from the Kuiper Belt, making it one of the most bizarre and extreme worlds ever discovered. But wait, what about the rest of Neptune's bizarre family? Enter Proteus, a massive deformed chunk of rock that defies logic. Usually only tiny asteroids look this mangled. But Proteus is absolutely gigantic, even bigger than Saturn's perfectly round moon, Nemus. Why is it so horribly disfigured? It survived a catastrophic history of apocalyptic collisions, leaving it scarred with terrifying gigantic craters. Closer in, bizarre shepherd moons fiercely guard the rings. Further out, a chaotic swarm of hijacked, irregular moons orbit wildly, some spinning backward in total defiance of the planet. Then there are Psamathe and Niso. These absolute outcasts are the most distant moons ever found in the entire solar system. A single agonizing orbit around Neptune takes them a staggering 25 years. How is this even possible? Neptune commands a monstrously huge gravity zone. Because it lurks so incredibly deep in the dark abyss of space, the sun's grip is terrifyingly weak, allowing Neptune to dominate a massive region. In 2013, the Hubble Space Telescope spotted something totally unexpected, a secret hidden moon named Hippocamp. Hubble has found plenty of moons before, but this one hides a violent, explosive past. Hippocamp isn't just a normal moon, it's the shattered wreckage of Proteus. That giant battered moon is covered in monstrous impact craters, some nearly 100 kilometers wide. A cataclysmic cosmic strike literally blew a chunk right off Proteus. That blasted fragment was trapped by Neptune's gravity, becoming Hippocamp, a jagged 35-kilometer shard of debris stalking its parent moon. But the craziest discovery is a mysterious rogue object locked in a bizarre cosmic dance. It isn't a moon, but it's totally enslaved by Neptune's gravity. Known as 2020 VN40, this strange trans-Neptunian ghost perfectly syncs its orbit, circling the sun exactly once for every 10 times Neptune does. Incredibly, this rogue object takes a staggering 1,650 years to orbit the sun, while Neptune takes just 165. 2020 VN40 has a wildly tilted orbit, but that perfect 10-to-1 ratio proves it is locked in a bizarre orbital resonance, trapped in a terrifyingly delicate gravitational death dance with the ice giant. This shocking discovery exposes Neptune's unseen dominance over the darkest edges of the solar system. The truth is finally clear. Neptune is a mesmerizing, terrifying world fighting a brutal gravitational tug-of-war at the absolute freezing limits of the cosmic neighborhood. Alongside Uranus, it remains the most mysterious planet in existence, visited just one single time and barely visible through even Earth's most powerful telescopes. Countless mind-bending secrets about its violent storms, its hidden core, and its bizarre moons are just waiting to be exposed. Tragically, no confirmed missions are heading back to this frozen blue abyss, and with NASA's mounting financial struggles, the planet remains completely abandoned. But in a shocking twist, China is eyeing an unprecedented proposal for a massive Neptunian probe, potentially blasting off as early as 2033. If this daring mission actually launches, the unimaginable alien discoveries could completely rewrite science forever. Neptune hides a dark and thrilling history, and while it is impossibly hard to reach, the most breathtaking cosmic treasures are always hidden in the deepest shadows. There is absolutely no world in the solar system more brutal, mysterious, or punishing to explore. The ultimate frontier, the final planet, Neptune. As the mysteries of the cosmos continue to unfold, the frozen depths of the outer solar system hold countless more secrets waiting to be revealed. The journey through the dark unknown never truly ends, and the next staggering discovery is always just over the horizon.